from David Silva, isn't it? And he just got goal. I mean, it's quick thinking that gets him to that part of the byline, and he knows what he wants to do. Delicious ball across, and that's what's separating the two teams. I mean, Chelsea have worked hard, haven't they? But there's Rudiger's another foul, and if that's his fourth, then the referee must book him. He's showing four fingers to Rudiger and shows him a yellow card. I thought three of those were competing, and yet again, I mean, he's a strong character. I'm not sure he necessarily deserved that yellow card.
Yeah, we said it in the first half, didn't we, when he was warned that it was a harsh warning. It felt it didn't see much wrong, but having known that the referee had taken that stance, thought was just going to be the next one was leading to the card, and that's the promise that he's followed through with, Michael Oliver. The free kick has been taken short, brought back out to the right hand side by David Silva to Kevin De Bruyne, come back into the box. Aguero lays it off for Silva. His shot is deflected away. Not quite sure if it was one off the training ground, but it flowed quite smoothly.
They're getting battered out, the Chelsea. It's like shots in, really. The thing is about it, it's vaguely embarrassing, I think. To be dominated this, we talk about the Premier League as it's an even contest. Teams are hard to beat, but when you get a team who are supposed to be, Champions League contenders, just meekly going about their best defending. Now, we talked about Chelsea when they played; they didn't bother attacking, did they? They just sat back and took their medicine. It looks like Chelsea doing the same thing today.
Yeah, very much so. There's been no response at all since falling behind. Could get even worse as Laporte swings and misses at a corner. Far too much space to attempt to try and play in that effort. Chelsea's breakout falls to pieces. Pedro's pass to Hazard.
I mean, look who's chasing back to get that ball. So I promise, Chelsea had three players against two. In another second's time, that's 3 against 6.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. The desire to get back and help the team, that team ethic from this Man City team. We might sound boring and, waxing lyrical about Man City, but they've been great today. They really have.
Can't do anything else, can you, when you watch them play? They barely put a foot wrong. We're just seeing the top Premier League assists flash up in front of us as well. We bring you independent off-tube studio commentary. The top 3, all Man City players: De Bruyne, Sane and Silva. Silva now with 9 assists after teeing up his namesake just a few moments ago to break the deadlock in this game. And here he is on the ball again in the centre circle. You feel he's been almost reborn as a player under Pep Guardiola. Was starting to become a little bit ineffective under previous managers and not quite pulling the strings as well as we know he can do. He did it in part, but not on a regular basis as he has done this season. Certainly enjoying himself as every player would be in this sort of a system. Right hand side now comes City with Bernardo Silva prodding down the line for Kyle Walker. Rudiger again is too strong. He'll usher it behind for the goal kick, and that just ends City's opportunity to try and cause further issue. So we're over an hour into this game now. Chelsea have finally had a shot. It's gone wide. It was Victor Moses who was played through down the right-hand side. Angle was always against the Nigerian, and he sliced it pretty much. Never looked as though it was going on target. City have had a chance to double their advantage as well. David Silva, who got the assist for the opening goal, had himself down the channel, left-hand side of goal. He was always up against it, trying to beat Courtois at his near post, but struck it firmly anyway. Courtois, in the end, turning it away from goal. City have continued to dominate with possession, and Chelsea just haven't really been able to step up at all. They haven't gone through the gears, they haven't fought back in this game, and look as though they're going to be up against it.
مانشستر contre Chelsea. وفين كيولي بدا لعب؟ maintenant on est à 0 et كيفاش يلعبوا. On peut pas regarder le match في انت داير شي واحد دروك وعلاش ما تحبسو يخوريك لهذاك هذاك يلا سير توضى مزيان سير وشوف معاك شحال معاش كاين المغرب
With Aguero trying to drive beyond Rudiger to the byline. He's run out of space and will have to come away from goal now. And he goes all the way back into Bernardo Silva, infield to David Silva. He's thinking about going at goal. Instead rolls it to De Bruyne, who will go goal himself, but it's over the bar into the stand behind.
Yeah, just buying a bit of space there. David Silva running ahead of De Bruyne and probably saying, yeah, go shoot. I've taken the runners away from you. But his shot was just chipped up in the air and got a bit underneath it as Giroud begins to warm up. If I was striker for Chelsea, I wouldn't necessarily want to be on that. I still don't think that they'd get the service. Before that, we saw them break forward and they're only a goal down. But Willian has given the ball away, hasn't he, a couple of times today. And, you know, his cutback was actually to De Bruyne and set him on the move. I mean, not what they were after at all, but they're just... but like I say, there's only one goal in it. Chelsea being a champion team, they've got good players. They can still get back into the game. However, unlikely that looks right at the minute.
Alonso just pulled up a moment ago wide on that left-hand side. Keep an eye on him and how he's doing. He seems to be moving okay at the moment, but the ball isn't anywhere near him. It's across on the City left. Bring it back through midfield to Gundogan and further wide to the right-hand side with Walker. Hugging the touchline on that flank is Bernardo Silva, who actually dropped in deep and then peeled away to make the run behind, but ignored City. Waiting for the right pass to try and breach this Chelsea back line. They don't have to rush it either, of course. Have that one goal advantage. Bernardo Silva breaking the deadlock. Just under a minute into this second half after, I suppose, they would value as a frustrating opening 45 minutes where they failed to test enough. Bernardo Silva wriggle away from his man here. His cross is overhit though. Go behind for a goal kick, and he puts the apologetic hand up towards Sergio Aguero, who was doing his level best to get towards that far post. Has to apologise again. Bernardo Silva, I think Leroy Sané was also a Sable Ivers option as well, even deeper than that, but Bernardo Silva not picking the best option that time around. Courtois will get us restarted with the goal kick. This, of course, will hand City an opportunity to further extend their gap at the top of the Premier League table. They're a side that have been dominant from the very start of this season. Manchester United yet to play over the course of this weekend, so it gives City even further opportunity to step closer to that Premier League title. I don't think it's ever been in doubt for at least the last 3 months, if not further than that. City working it back into their own half here, trying to draw Chelsea forward, but still no signs of that. I suppose Antonio Conte will be the only one that can really begin that drive forward for Chelsea by bringing on an attacker, a striker. In case it's who he takes off, you'd probably suggest maybe Pedro.
Well, Pedro or Willian, either really. But I don't know if you would do that. I guess it would be Pedro, like yourself. Willian's got a bit better engine on him, more able to support attacks and what have you. But neither have played particularly that well today. And we see City come forward again. This time Moses underneath it has got to head that one away. And then the ball given away by Fabregas in the middle of the park, and Sane picks it up, he drives forward. I think City will be happier when they put the game to bed, and it might just take a second goal to do that. They're 1-0. I said 2 or 3-0 today for them. And that's in their remit. But they give the ball away, and here is Pedro then bombing on. He's got Eden Hazard, Laporte looks over his shoulder at him, and then the ball into the box is a poor one. I mean, if you're looking for support there, it's difficult. There are 2 Chelsea players in the half, and then when we look up again, there are 6 or 7 Man City coverers. So the ball has got to be terrific, and I don't think Hazard's movement was great there.
No, and watching it then to try and work out what Chelsea could have done, I'm not sure what they could have done apart from bring more players into the attack. We said there were 6 City players, 4 of them went to Pedro, who was carrying the ball. Only 1 of them stayed with Hazard, and a couple of others then just stayed sort of in positions elsewhere on the field. And it's almost as if they think, well, he's got the ball, we go to him. As long as the man that he's trying to find, and there is only 1 other man he's marked, then he's got no other options. And in the end, it was a hopeful ball in behind, and Hazard wasn't able to get there. And that's what City do so well, isn't it? They press the man with the ball rather than thinking too much about where it could go afterwards.
No, that's exactly right. And City win the ball back in midfield just to illustrate that point. Chelsea had a decent ball there. All of a sudden, Moses thought, I better go back. He thumps the ball back to his centre back, who's just about on the touch line. Can only just keep it in. And then when City have the ball back, virtually all their players are in the opposition half. But they've got great engines on them. When they've needed to chase the Chelsea counter-attack, they've done it in numbers. And I mean, honestly, it looks like they've got more players. Whenever you look up at the screen, they're swarming around the ball when they don't have it, finding easy ball when they do, and Chelsea just can't compete. They're 1-0 down, though, that's all. It's an opportunity for Chelsea to nick a point out this game, and I guess that that's better than many have fared at the Etihad this season, who after 71 minutes may have been dead and buried in the game. 2 goals down. So they, in a way, I mean, it's a backhanded compliment, but they're
getting victories. Obviously, United still to play. They play Palace on Monday. Chelsea need to start picking up points. City, obviously, this game against City obviously isn't the be all and end all, but should they have done it, what a confidence booster that would have been for the remaining 10 games or so of the season, to go and think, well, we've got to beat the champions who have barely or haven't lost at home all season. We can do it against anyone.
Yeah, I mean, the 5-point gap between Chelsea and Spurs is massive, isn't it, when you're running out of games? And
the goal difference as well. I mean, it's an extra point, isn't it? 31 plus for Tottenham, plus 24 for Chelsea. So you're looking at an extra point there as well.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a sizable gap, wouldn't it? You know, Tottenham are a good team as well, not going to drop that many points, but Chelsea are a good team. They're trying to prove that right now, but Eden Hazard robbed. He's got to turn back into traffic. Silva picks him off. Here comes City at the edge of the area, and battling away is Aguero. You think he's lost it, and he comes out of a blind alley back with the ball, and now he's at the edge of the area, looking for the little give and go, but Bernardo just retreats, finds Kyle Walker, and now it's with David Silva, who strong candidate for man of the match, along with Sane and De Bruyne, who now combine left-hand side. 17 minutes for a second goal. They don't need it. It would calm them down just a little bit, and would go a long way to that countdown to the title. Like you said, a string of victories, and it might well be that if they can beat their cross-city rivals, that would be a good way to win the title. They could do it. Zinchenko then finds a good ball. Gundogan, who hasn't had to do much today, flicks it inside. Sané loses it for a second and gets it back, then cuts inside one would-be challenger. Rudiger, did he push him down? No. He hung on in there. Then he gives the ball away to Gundogan at the edge of the area, looking for a give and go. Rudiger gets back in. He's been a busy boy today, hasn't he? And he does pretty well. Willian loses the ball, and immediately City have it back. Willian moans the referee, and he said, well, play better, control the ball better, then you wouldn't lose it, would you? But what do you want Oliver to say to you there?
The decision, he just sort of shrugged it with his, oh, what? You're the other one that's not doing your job correctly. I'm stood here watching it, no one's fouled you. Be stronger, don't lose the ball.
And he advised, be better. I don't know. Anyway, it's still just 1-0, and Man City making the champions look, I don't know, like a championship side. Never mind the champions. Anyway, City playing out from the back, and it's still 1-0, and still Chelsea could get something. I had a sneaky bet on Chelsea today. I didn't think City would score. I just thought maybe with the quality that they've got, they without Fernandinho as cover, they might take them on. Didn't. Anyway, ball out to right hand side, and it's a poor pass this time for City, and then the out ball is a terrible one that allows Ederson to come and just jab it forward. I think 1-0 is a very likely scoreline, because I think City have been lulled into this by a real poor performance from Chelsea. It's like, well, one's probably enough. Do you need to grab two? But, the City machine will keep on rolling. Just a few swap passes there. David Silva with De Bruyne playing a triangle. It's all they need to do. They can go backwards as well as forwards. And it looks like they've accepted 1-0. Just not even pressing the ball. Gundogan decides he might roll forward. Well, City might wish that they'd grabbed that second if they get caught, just a bit of complacency creeping in there, perhaps.
Yeah, there's always that danger, isn't there? And I think the players will know that they need to get a second goal to make sure 2-0. There is no way back for Chelsea at all. They have been outclassed today, and it would be very harsh on Manchester City if Chelsea were to get an equaliser, but sometimes that's the way it goes. If you don't see your games off and wrap it up, you maybe do deserve to be caught out at some point. It is that complacency that can slip in, but I mean, we've seen it again. We've seen it so many times in this match. City just walking around the halfway line. There's not enough pressure, there's not enough desire. Arsenal came in for a lot of criticism for their performance against Chelsea, against Manchester City. They lost 3-0. For me, I don't think this performance from Chelsea has been any better than Arsenal's was. It's just the fact that they haven't conceded as many goals in terms of the effort that's been put in. I would say it's side by side that they've not put challenges in, and they've not been able to compete.
Sane brilliantly rolls around the back of Moses, puts the ball to the far post. Nobody there to tap it in this time. Bernardo Silva, not quite the same way, but didn't get quite the same kind of ball he got from David Silva. Silva at the edge of the area, spins inside and out, takes on Rudiger, beats him once, twice, then flicks the ball to De Bruyne, whips across the face. It's a great ball. Christensen, a great clearance. Wow, that was brilliant from Sane. Before that, Moses got too close to him, and he just whips it away from him, and he's strong enough. He could have gone down and took the free kick there, but didn't want to do that.
A lovely ball as well, wasn't it? Azpilicueta just fell to his backside, and Sane puts it in behind through that corridor of uncertainty. But as you said, Bernardo Silva not quite there quick enough. It is a chance that goes begging. Get the Chelsea change now.
Yeah, Willian it is. He makes way. It could have been either him or Pedro. I don't suppose it matters that much. Giroud comes on, and well, he's good at scoring late goals, isn't he? And we know all that. Will he get a chance? Here come Man City round the back again. The ball flicked forward. Good defensive header back from Christensen to his keeper.
We're into the final period of this match now. Manchester City still holding on to that 1-0 lead. It's only a slim advantage, but the way they've held on to possession, you'd imagine they won't throw it away. But Chelsea have now made a change. The first either manager has made all game. Willian has gone off. Olivier Giroud is on. So Chelsea now finally have a focal point to their attack. And what does that say about Alvaro Morata? The fact that Conte has gone to Giroud rather than the £57 million Spaniard they brought in over the course of the summer. Sane has just put a good ball across the face of goal, but Bernardo Silva couldn't quite get there. City still holding on to that advantage. A goal up.
Yeah, I mean, De Bruyne very nearly played in Aguero. The ball hit his heels on the way through to him in the box. Not quite then. Drinkwater now on the ball, but he's had a quiet game really today. City have it back with De Bruyne bearing down on goal. He's got all sorts of options in and around him. Just rolls the ball a little bit too deep this time, and Aguero's got to fetch it. He puts him outside the box with Rudiger by his side. And now the ball goes backwards. With the deadly average ball out from De Bruyne when the goal's at their mercy there, we must have thought about the shot. Again, David Silva bought him a little bit of time running across his path, but just a bit wasteful there, really.
Yeah, you expect a bit better, don't you? I suppose it can't always come off, but moments like that, City need it too in a game like this when it is still finely balanced. Moments like that can be the deciding factor.
They're still in it at one goal down. You know, if City are all this and that, then you know they would have beaten them 3 or 4 today. But it's not. It's 1-0. So the ball's given away by City out the field of play. David Silva blocking his copybook there. As it now on the ball, just gets it out of his feet, finds the Drinkwater. But there was an offside player running back in Fabregas who stepped over the ball and that allowed City to clear. Rudiger then able to control and run away from his marker. His ball up top, not a good one, and then it's a foul by Emerson on Kyle Walker. So it's a free kick. City will take 3 points, however they come today, but it might be a little bit tighter than perhaps we may have thought.
Back-to-back 1-0 victories that will be over Chelsea this season, which I suppose is all you can ask for against the side that City probably expected to be their biggest rivals, having won the trophy last season, Chelsea. And City have made it much more comfortable than many expected this term. We are about to see Alvaro Morata now. So strange, that decision to get him ready, then pull him back, and have waited 5 minutes to bring him on. I mean, what did they expect to happen in that period? They need a goal.
It's like what you're waiting for, you know. Why? Sling him in there, and other changes will be made. And that's the number 10 held up. Eden Hazard goes off. We'll have to find another day. He's not been given a chance really today, Eden Hazard, to show us what a good player he is. I don't know. For me, they've just not got their formation right at all today. I don't like watching them play without a striker. Anyway, Gundogan chips the ball forward, poor ball that. Moses lays it back to Courtois. He takes a touch, he might wish he'd not bothered. And then the out ball for Moses blocked by the onrushing City attacker Leroy Sané, who's had a good game. They've made David Silva man of the match, and why not? His assist grabbed the goal. And it looks like that will separate the two teams. We're closing in on whatever's on the clock, and I don't see why there'd be any more than 2 minutes added.
No, I think we've had pretty much all changes now, haven't they? For Chelsea, only the one change though for Manchester, two changes for City. So we've not had the full complement, not really had any stoppages, no injuries, only that one goal that came very early. So yeah, I think maximum 3, but potentially 2.
4. Don't know where that came from.
Not a clue.
But if I'd have backed 2 or 3, it would have undoubtedly been 4 today anyway. I thought Arsenal would win today, that's how much I know about football anyway. I'm not entirely surprised at this. I guess that the fact it's just 1-0 may have been a bit of a dividend to some of the correct score backers who thought it might be a tie game. And so it's, in a sense, the scoreboard tells us that he's that, although it's been as emphatic a 1-0 as you want. But Chelsea come forward, ball into the box, headed back when it came by Laporte, then nodded away by Kyle Walker. And then De Bruyne just runs away from his marker Drinkwater. Just a little foul there, nothing big. And it will be a throw. So 3 minutes left of regulation play. Conte looks on. But his team, for me, seems to have lost their way. And I know you play Man City and there'll be easier games than this, but I'm not really feeling them this season, Chelsea. Obviously, Kante missing today, they would have been better with him in. I think they would have been better if they'd have started with a striker. But unfortunately, there's no Costa, and I'm not sure that they would have brought Drew enough into the game or Morata today, even if they had played them.
Yeah, I think that's the question that we'll never know the answer to, isn't it? If they'd have started with more of a focal point, would some of those clearances we saw aimed downfield have stuck a bit more and provided them with a chance to build? We'll never know now, but certainly Giroud has already won a couple of headers in this game. Okay, they haven't come to anything, but that was in a 10-minute period. Had he been given 60, 70, 80 minutes to try and do so, maybe those defenders have more to think about.
De Bruyne finds Sané at the edge of the area. His right foot shot leaves a lot to be desired, and leaning back, that one sailed into the stand. Good play by De Bruyne. Well, we're going to see another change, and is that young Foden coming on? And always good to see him. World Cup winner. De Bruyne gets the armband. It's a good chance to stand for David Silva, who's been excellent today. Just picking it up, being everywhere on the field. Always an out ball, so much time on the ball. Use it intelligently, reads play well, and he's been doing this for the last 10 years, hasn't he?
Yeah, had a really tough season as well, hasn't he, David Silva? So good to see that he's still keeping his football up to a high standard as well. And as the older player Silva goes off, the younger Foden comes on, and he's been talked up as the next big thing, hasn't he?
As Chelsea try and get into the City box, and in the end, they've just about done enough. Laporte clears his lines. Yeah, I remember watching David Silva Valencia with David Villa and thinking, well, they're pretty good. And I think Silva at that point was a more peripheral sort of player, and now he's just become one of those guys, hasn't he? And then what he's won with Spain and domestically, I mean, he'll have a lot of medals to look at when his career finishes. As